To the top right, in his pink, his favorite color, the King of Marines, he is...
MarineKing Prime.
Down a game in the series. He needs a win to bring it to a third game, to advance to Code S again, if he doesn't want to play the up and downs. To the bottom left, cross position, we have his opponent. Starting for Team Startail, the youngster.
Startail Life.
You know, MarineKing in the booth looks very stressed out. Life looks like he's just ready to take a second win here. He got a haircut, by the way. I'm sure you noticed that.
No,
his bangs are a lot shorter.
I did not notice that. But thanks for sharing, Wolf.
But, you know, not only does he look good with his haircut, he looks much more confident than the MarineKing, who looks really stressed out.
I'm completely frank with you. I mean, I mentioned earlier that I had dinner with the guys, and MarineKing, or Life himself, expected that this would be a series that he's definitely going to win. He was very confident in his abilities to take down MarineKing here.
Yeah.
And so far, it's looking good. I mean, he's not only... The thing is, he's not only ahead one game, one map. The way how he won it, that's the
it
most
gets in your
important
head.
part.
It really does. You're so right. You know, if you win or if you lose a game that was really, really close and you could have won it, you know that your mistakes, you feel a lot better than if you get totally owned, you got scouted, and it's like a bear slapping a fish out of the water, is what we saw in game number 1.
It's like MarineKing was trying to take a run-up, Life spotted him a mile away, took a baseball bat, and then went straight for the hit.
Yeah. It was like he clotheslined him with a baseball bat, maybe even aluminum in this case. It was ouch.
Yeah. He probably even broke the bat, that's how hard he hit. Here we go into game number 2, so let's see what MarineKing is going to show us this time. He's going for the gas, an early gas that he has on map number 2, trying to be a little bit aggressive. We might see a Widowmine drop, we might see a Halberd drop, maybe Hellions. Whatever it is, he has to find a way to defeat Life, a player who's known for his great micro and macro abilities.
Yeah. Reaper comes out from MarineKing. He's going to scout with that. He's going to drop his command center right away too, so he could make a second Reaper. I don't think that he will on this map. He doesn't have it queued up either, so it's just going to be one.
Here's the command center. The gas is nearly ready for MarineKing. Now it is to drop his tech, and there we have the factory.
He's scouting for Overlords with this Marine. I really like this. He's not able to get it, but he's really, really checking on the right side, and Life not going to send a second Overlord to be spotted.
Speed has been started now for Life, and he's going into the Double Queen. He has a few scouts out on the map. He saw the Reaper already. He knows it's coming. The Lings are in position.
Reaper may kill a drone, depends on the reaction time here, and he's got the Lings already ready on.
I would be very surprised to see a drone go down. He would build the extractor before the drone dies, and he has the Queen there too. That's not going to happen.
Definitely not. And MarineKing, you know what I find so strange about this? He does not actually go into the main base to see if there's gas. And there is gas, and he doesn't know about that. You know, that's basically the most important part. He could even go in there and see that it's only 100 that's been mined. He doesn't do that, and this is a mistake. Because now he finds himself vulnerable to a speedling attack where he doesn't even have a bunker set up.
He finds himself vulnerable to basically everything.
Yeah.
I mean, what we see from MarineKing is now getting the Hellions out. He's not going into the Stargate just yet. Life is going to take his third base, as you can see the probe or the drone already in position. And we will have Halberds for MarineKing, adding the armory right away.
Yeah. Hellbat drops can be deadly. We've seen this before.
You know, with all those barracks that he's adding, he doesn't even have to go into a Hellbat dropper. I think he's just going to move out with a lot of Hellbats and a Bioforce.
I think you're right. He's going to have Hellions, Hellbats, and Bio, and he's going for a time attacker. He doesn't want to play Life in the late game, is what we're seeing from him right now.
Hellbat Marauder and a few Marines is so difficult to hold. I mean, even if you go for Hellbat and Marines, it's really strong. You have to have the perfect composition. You have to see it coming.
Yeah. One thing that Life has going for him, though, is his position. His position is cross spawns. So against a push like this, he does have a lot of extra time. And this is one of the biggest maps in the entire map pool.
And there are the Marauders. He's starting them. He also has Stim on his way.
Yeah, and there's his first Hellbats. You're exactly right. This is exactly what we're going to see from MarineKing. He's going to do a push with Stim. No +1, not at the armory, not in an engineering bay. He's just going to do a big attack. It's not necessarily going to be all in, but it is definitely designed to do a lot of damage. It's more of a timing push, really.
Yeah, the only thing is, I might have too much respect for Life, but I don't see something like this working against Life on a map like this with these positions. I just feel that Life is the player that is so good, will scout you, will know how to react, will leave nothing to chance, and then take you out. I might have too much respect for him here, but I really feel that a build like this against Life is very risky.
Just remember, though, he does not see it yet. He's going to try to come up here. Nice pullback by MarineKing. Pulls his Mirage back. I do not believe he actually saw that.
No, he didn't see anything.
That was a good pullback by MarineKing.
Roach run is nearly done, and MarineKing, as you can see, is not adding any SCVs anymore. He is looking at 29, if I'm not mistaken, and has a lot of units already on the map. We have Life going into +1/+1. Here come the Zerglings and the first Roach.
Yeah, he doesn't know yet.
If he doesn't see it, it's a different story.
Yeah, absolutely, and here come those units down, and now he's going to get his first glimpse with these Zerglings.
Yeah, the Zerglings will see it.
He needs to start spines.
Yeah, he needs to immediately build up his army, and that's what he does. He starts with a few Roaches, adding more of them, maybe trying to buy himself some time. The Baneling Nest is not there.
It's not going to be done in time.
MarineKing could pull this off.
He definitely could. There's no spines. He's spending all of his resources on units because he doesn't have... He can't afford it. He's going to lose some Overlords. This is huge.
Okay, I think this is going to be it. I mean, he's supply blocking heavily at that.
He's going to catch reinforcements, though, right now in the middle of the map, and he does have a lot of Queens.
Can Life buy himself enough time? He has additional Overlords queued up, but he is still supply blocked. He is in a position where he needs more units, he needs the Baneling Nest, he needs time, he's moving in, trying what he can.
Yeah, you know, the Roach is doing a decent job here. He needs to make sure he splits them, and the stim is done, of course.
Reinforcements are already here, he's moving in again, and Life is going to hold this.
It starts to look like it, but don't forget, those Hellbats are still alive, they're starting to fall.
Doesn't matter, the reinforcements will be there.
Yeah, and you know, he's got the Roaches just so well split. The Hellbats are not doing any AoE, the rest of the Roaches come out, and he's done it.
This is exactly what I said earlier. For some reason, I don't see something like this work.
In these spawning locations, it just seems like a poor idea.
He even saw it a little bit late. He didn't get the early scouts. He had those few Hellbats in vision when half of the army of MarineKing was already at the bottom left. But now he's going for the counter-aggression. The Banelings are already morphing. And what does MarineKing have to stop this? What does he have? Siege tanks? No.
Widow Mines? Tanks, no Widow Mines. He's got 3 Hellbats, 2 Marauders, and 11 Marines right now. And like I said before, this is not an all-in by MarineKing, but his transition is going to be very difficult because he did no damage whatsoever with his attack. And here come those Banelings. There's a gap in the wall.
There's a gap in the wall. Is he going to bust through? He's walking in. That's what he's doing. But
Marauders, though,
great position here for MarineKing with his units. I have to say that.
And the double Widow Mine, Life underestimating him a little bit here. He should have, you know, he could have walked around like he did, but breaking the wall down, I think, might have actually been better.
Fact of the matter, though, is that we have a 3-base economy for Life who can drone up, which is exactly what he's doing now, whereas MarineKing doesn't even have a star put to be aggressive with drop play.
Don't forget, Life canceled his +1 Carapace. He only got the +1 melee. He realized he needed some extra gas to get the Roaches out, so canceled his Carapace. Kept one of the upgrades, though. He still has the melee attack upgrade, but this means that MarineKing will be able to catch up on upgrades here pretty quickly.
Yeah. The economy is so good for Life, though. Widow Mines in the game. There they are. Oh, no. There's no hit. Nice. He's using the Widow Mine hits against the Marines.
Crowd going crazy here in the studio for that one. That was really smartly done.
Yep. That was on purpose. That was not an accident. Using those Marines against the, or the Widow Mines against the Marines with the help of the Zerglings, doing a bit of damage, not taking them out yet. But still, buying him enough time. And look at the creep here. I mean, he's spreading the creep so aggressively across the map while taking his lair, getting the extractors up, going for the upgrades. MarineKing taking a third on his own. And adding a second armory, yeah.
He's on auto patrol here, or auto pilot. He wants to get the 2-2 upgrades, but here he has the armory, so this is redundant and a mistake.
He comes, of course, now with the Spire, so we see Life going into Ling Muta Baneling, which is... This is just lifestyle, and he played so well. We've seen him several times using the style against the best Terran players in the entire world. His splits are crazy, not only with the Zerglings, but also Mutalisks later on.
You saw MarineKing, not to interrupt, but MarineKing did notice the second armory get cancelled.
Okay.
Or, sorry, he noticed that it cancelled it.
Cool. Well done.
Yeah, that could have been, a bit of a waste. He saves his resources there.
Army supply heavily in favor of MarineKing, pushing out here. Life needs to get more units up.
His run-bys.
These run-bys are so strong. But can Life stop this army? He's getting a lot of links, a ton.
But Baneling speed is not ready yet. Oh, MarineKing needs to split. That was close.
Most of the Widow Mines are gone.
Yeah, he lost a lot of Widow Mines. Most of his Bioforce are low on hit points. He needs a few more Baileys though, and they're not ready.
There are not enough units for life. MarineKing might be able to push through here. The reinforcements are on their way, but
Here
it's a little bit too late. MarineKing has so many units and he takes the supply lead here.
Banelings here hitting some of these units. It looks like he just barely has enough to push it back.
How does life do it? Seriously, how?
That's a good question. The Widow Mine's working against MarineKing a few of those times, hitting some of his Bioforces. He lost a lot of SCVs during all of this.
What you want to do as a StarCraft player is always build just enough units to defeat your opponent's force and then go into tech, drone up and get your economy. You always want to have like the exact amount that you need to hold a push, and that is always what life does. It's like he looks at an opponent's army and immediately he knows how many Marines are there, how many Marauders, and how many units do I need to take them down.
Takes out that Widow Mine right away. A good split by MarineKing though. His push is not over yet.
It's not over yet. The Widow Mine being taken out. The detection is there. MarineKing moving back. The first Mutalisks are now being built. And both Widow Mines are gone just in time. Another Marauder left behind. MarineKing losing a lot of units on the run.
Now down 20 supply. He does not have a lot of defense set up at his third base.
And one of the problems that Life had in the last few engagements was that he couldn't deal with the Medivacs, but now he has the Mutalisks to take them down.
Yeah, I could see Life going for a really big attack at the third base with his first two Mutas, getting a few more Banelings out. He's making 20 Zerglings right now. Forces a double stim.
More and more Mutalisks are being built. A lot of Zerglings also on their way. Great macro here with the injects, getting enough lava to just sustain these attacks. He has a 20 supply lead in the series, but MarineKing also heading for the +2/+2, making sure that he has a really tight wall set up at the third base.
Yeah, the wall at the third is so important for him. Right now his Widow Mine count is only at 3. He just keeps losing his Widow Mines over and over again because Life is so careful and is so adamant about having his Overseers. Picks off a Medevac, almost gets 2.
MarineKing now 40 supply behind his opponent, trying to do the best with the Widow Mines that he has in the game. But being on 3 bases is going to be a problem for him. He wants to take a 4th base, but it's just so tough. Life is moving in again, and the small force will not be able to hold. He needs to use the afterburners here, and he does. Trying to get away from those Mutalisks, and the reinforcements are there in time. Good job by MarineKing.
Well done, picks off a Muta as well. MarineKing's 2-2 is getting closer to being done. Life, on the other hand, at 2-1 is also getting close to 2, so upgrade's fairly even, and there's the upgrade for the burrowing on the Widow Mines.
Yeah. And with that, his Widow Mines are becoming so much scarier. He's closing the gap in supply. He's still on 3 bases, but if he can establish himself a 4th with a planetary, he should be able to be in a good position here.
Yeah, for sure. Life going for a big attack at the third. This is what I was talking about. He's got his Mutas, his Banelings ready.
Life is moving in, and there are no defenses whatsoever. There's nothing.
He's losing a lot here. SCV's escape for the most part, but he has to...
Oh, the Widow Mine though! We didn't see the shot, but that should have taken down at least 10 or more Zerglings.
It certainly did. He killed a ton of Zerglings over there. That Widow Mine with 26 kills.
This is going to be a base race potentially. A lot of Banelings on the high ground. MarineKing is moving in, pushing his way in with one stim after another. But the same is true for Life.
He lets the Widow Mines get on the ramp. This is not what he wants, but... Oh, that was very close. He goes down here.
The Banelings! They keep rolling and taking out so many units. MarineKing down to 100 supply, Life at 140, still doing damage to the main base of his opponent.
MarineKing does not really have production right now. Life is camping him.
MarineKing can't produce anything, and Life is moving in with all the Banelings that he has. The splits are good for MarineKing. He has the name for a reason, but still, that trade is decent for Life, and he has so many units on the map. He still has a 4th base mining.
Yeah, he still has a 4th base mining. He still has a lot of production. MarineKing has no production left at this point. His base is floating. A lot of his structures have already been lifted. They're flying away. Here come those Mutas. A few more Banelings with a split. It's perfect.
MarineKing with the splits that he needs. He's taking down the main base of his opponent, but Life is still mining. He's at 110 supply against 80. To the top right, everything the Terran player owns is getting destroyed.
And one more Muta pops out here. It looks like it's going to die instantly.
Yeah, those two Mutalisks are doing a lot of damage actually to those Marauders that don't have a single Marine left.
The spawning pool is going to go down. He's going to maybe kill one of those Mars, the spawning pool, since the Medevacs are gone. But the Mutalisk count right now for Life is at 17. He has a massive amount of them. And MarineKing's bases aren't able to fly away forever. He needs to get them towards his army.
And here come the Broodlings, taking maybe down even another Marauder. No, not quite, but the Mutalisk being taken out. A 20 supply lead for Life at this point. The army supply, 64 for MarineKing and 55 for Life.
This is such a close game. you know, though MarineKing does not have any production, and Life is starting to get a few more Banelings out. Here we go!
The Banelings moving in. Can he take down those Marines? That's all that he has to do.
And the split is perfect for MarineKing, but he just does not kill
This is
enough
not
of the
enough.
Banes.
The Marines are being taken out one by one. Here comes Life. Life is trying to kill the Marines. That's all that he has to deal with. Only Marauders and Medivacs left.
That's it. One last Marine goes down, and MarineKing.
He cannot produce anymore. He's sniping the hatch. He does what he can here. But the Medivacs, they are being taken out. And another base for Life already being built at the bottom right.
Yep.
This is game. MarineKing is not going to leave it for a while because that's his style, but we've just got Marauders and Medivacs, and those are not going to kill Mutas. The command centers are starting to burn down. He's lost all his production. He can't even make an SCV right now.
He cannot build anything. He needs so much time to place down the command centers, drop the mules, get the money, and he lost everything that he has. He's at 3 supply. GG.
Life takes the 2-0. Will go directly back into Code S.
Life in Code S, and MarineKing, he is now in the up and downs. A 2-0 victory. Life is still playing.
Yeah.
He's still playing the game. He didn't realize the game was over.
His hands are still moving. MarineKing, very disappointed with his loss, but he definitely still has a shot in the up and downs. You can see he's very angry there, mouthing some Korean angry words.
Okay, finally Life stopped playing. He was an autopilot the entire time. MarineKing out, not taking a single map against Life. The Startail player takes it with a 2-0 victory over his opponent. Strong performance.
Really nice reactions there in the last game, just making sure he could keep his Mulus count up. That was the most important part because he knows MarineKing is supposed to be flying. He's going to need them for that, and also the Medivacs. He got a good flank, and MarineKing splits were so good in all those fights.
Amazing. I mean, especially in the last few fights, he split those Marines. It was intense. The Banelings getting a few hits off though, and Life just had too much.
Here are our results from today. This is the evening matches. Shine takes out Hurricane 2-0. Trap was able to take out Effort though. 2-1.
Guys, check out the Trap versus Effort series. If you have time on your hands and you want to see some epic Starcraft 2, go to GOMTV.net and watch the VODs. These games, they were amazing.
Yeah,
they were so good.
And the Team Liquid poll about whether you should watch the games, definitely the highest vote was if you have time.
For good reason, but the games were worth it.
Yep, and here are, of course, the rest of our round 3 matches. Ragnarok versus Kumio, Paralyzed versus Su, Leenock versus Byung, and last but not least, Bjorn versus Rain.
These are the next games that we're going to have here, the day 2 matches.
Yep, should be really, really exciting to watch the rest of these players, find out who goes into Code S on the other side.
Yep. Really great game so far. A very, very long day here at the Challenger League at Code A. Very good games. All the series were really intense and very close, even though some of the results don't really reflect how tense those games were.
Yeah, you know, just looking at the numbers alone doesn't actually say like how close some of these players were to you know, getting into Code S.
Yeah, so a really great day for StarCraft fans. If you have been staying up all night to watch these games, I don't think that you were disappointed. Tomorrow, of course, is Code S. We have the next matches in the round of 8. Don't forget to tune in at 6:10 p.m. Korean Standard Time.
Yeah, it'll be great. I'll be watching, you know, actually probably from the studio.
Yeah. This is it for the day. I hope that you enjoyed the show. Tune in for Code S tomorrow. Then on Friday and Saturday, we once again have GSTL ready for you guys. See you soon and have a great day. Bye-bye.
4 years, 4 kids later down the line. My progression is my profession. I'm doing shows with a 9. My mama